G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in over on the west south side of the map, it is Probe, and he is going to be playing the Rus for us today. His opponent who spawns opposite him, I sounded a little bit New Zealander there. It's Kento, who is playing the French. Now Kento, I'm assuming he's probably Japanese with a name like Kento. It sounds very Japanese-esque. But I'm definitely not 100% sure on that, so don't hold me to it. Now, let's talk a little bit about this map. Obviously, Altai, it is, it's a pretty fair map, a pretty even map, but sometimes you do get these weird little spawns. And speaking of weird little spawns, I think it's happened again. We have one of the most defensive spawns to have ever plagued Altai. Look at this. This is just disgusting. Look at this. This is absolutely terrible. I can't... This is... I did a video previously. It was called the best map spawn ever. I think this one might be called the worst map spawn ever. So for anybody wondering, why is this a bad map spawn? Okay, well, it's good, but it's bad. Okay, so let's think about it from Probe's perspective. Not only does his villager do a nice little yawn over there when he's finished that house. Probe is going to be in a pretty good spot, okay? He has got... It's good, it's bad. It's hard to say exactly, but anyway, let's get to it. Let's explain what the difficulties are. Fortified palisade wall, gonna come up, gonna sort of... I don't know exactly where he's going to put it, but probably down here. It's going to be the best spot. He can wall himself in. Now, take a look at this. He's got a giant natural wall around him. A very safe front wood line. I don't even know what this is, a cavity? And then a slight area here that he can wall himself in. You know, it's very, very small. And then down here, I think he can probably wall that out just there. But even then, you know what? He could probably just wall that across like that. Here we find, then wall down there. This is basically... You are incredibly defensible. Probe making a little bit of a mistake right now. Got a couple of idols sitting in there waiting for his sheep to be returned to him. I think he's only just realized he's got 10 idols that are just chilling out for the moment. Wake up, Probe. Wake up, Probe. All right, there we go, there we go. Probe has managed to awaken as his villagers go out to slaughter all the sheep as they come on in. He's up to 145 bounty already. Oh, gosh. Big Marine Lord in the chat saying SC2 macro. Indeed, it's good macro, it's good macro. So, the last time we actually saw a player have this map spawn, I think it was Marine Lord. And he was playing against Give You Anxiety. Marine Lord was in this position. Give You Anxiety was in this position. It was a French mirror. And that was the only other time that this had happened. I called that the best map spawn ever. I gotta be saying, this is probably the worst map spawn ever, though. It's good, but it's bad. And the reason why is because, first and foremost, as I mentioned, you can wall yourself in. But at the same time, when it comes to expanding, it makes it very, very difficult. But I would say that he has a net advantage because he does have his first hunt within his walls. So that's the first thing. Second of all, he's got all of his resources behind his base. So if you guys remember back to Marine Lord's game, he actually had his stone outside of his base. But because Probe has got his stone inside his base, it's potentially good. But keep in mind, he's going up with the Golden Gate, so he's not even going to need to actually go for this stone if he wants to go for the second town center. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that, see exactly what he does. But we'll take a look over at his opponent, see exactly what he's got going on. School of Cavalry is going to be the way he goes up. No real surprises there. 3 villagers on gold in the transition, indicating that he's not going to be going for professional scouts, but rather just going to be looking to potentially get out some early knights. We'll have to see exactly how he transitions, because if I'm honest with you guys, I genuinely feel like French is probably getting lower and lower on my tier list every single day. And I know you guys roll your eyes when I say tier list and meta and all these kind of buzzwords, but really, the French are a lot less potent than what they used to be. It used to be about just, you know, they would get their early knights out, they'd get a big lead, they'd kill some villagers off, but it seems like people are slowly learning to defend against the French players, and as a result, it means that they're becoming less difficult in the meta to deal with. So obviously they have a difficult time up against the Mongols. I think most civilizations have got a difficult time against the Mongols. Maybe the exception there probably being Delhi on a hybrid map. I think Delhi on a hybrid map, I'd probably say it's almost about 50-50. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mongols are still pretty good, but yes, definitely, I think that's about the exception. So now we are going to spot, and we do have a scouts coming out. So it looks like I was wrong. He has moved extra villagers over towards this gold mine. So he's going to be going for professional scouts here any second. There it is, now coming through. So going up with the School of Cavalry, and this is becoming more and more common, and I do do like this against the Rus as well. So he's going to be starting off his professional scouts before the Rus is going to be starting off his professional scouts. So if we take a look, you see professional scouts right there. He's rallying over towards this hunt as well. At least that's where it looked like he was rallying. We'll have to take a look. No, he's not. He's rallying to this hunt right here. Never mind. So ideally, what Kanto can do, because he's actually got the advantage in this situation, is look to steal his opponent's hunts. Now, does he know about this hunt? He does know about this hunt. Is he aware of his own hunt? I don't think... No, Kanto is aware of this hunt as well. So it looks like at this stage, Probe is going to be stealing a couple of his... and Kanto's looking to steal a couple of probes. So now we've got the wooden... This is a weird wooden fortress coming up here. I guess it makes sense. He is playing against French, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. People are learning to counter the French, and we see him actually dropping that wooden fortress down before he even gets down his mining camp, and that's exactly it. Like, as long as he is paying attention to his minimap, he should not lose villages, and that's exactly where that power is going to be coming from for him in that situation. So we'll take a look now back towards the French player's base. Still no knights coming out just yet. Only going for scouts opening. Professional scouts going to come in now. 3 scouts out here. 4th scout out here. He's got a couple more scouts back home. He's probably just going to be ushering these guys in. Actually, you know what? He's so close. He's probably just going to be heading out towards this angle. And take a look who's out over here. Probe going to be picking up the first 2 deer. Looking to transfer those carcasses a little bit closer. And just ferrying these ones back and forth here. So probably going to be going for some sort of fast castle. A lot of villages on wood at this stage, though. That is something to note. I'm not sure what he's planning to do with that wood at this point in time. But I do like the fact that he's gone for this. Now, obviously, one of the things to note is his enemy has got a lot more scouts than him. So, at the end of the day, he's probably going to be getting in more resources or more hunts than he is. But at the end of the day, you know, he's able to secure at least a little bit of his hunt. And the last thing he wants to do is give away that entire hunt to his enemy. So, at the very least, he's got 2. And he will probably end up picking up these 2. There's actually 3 up here somewhere. Where's that 3rd one? I think there's 2 over here. Yeah, there's 2 there, 1 there. So if he can manage to get those, 5 out of the last hunt ain't too bad when you think about things. Like, that's pretty decent. I'd be happy with that. And now we see double tickets raising up. Now, he could sell food and go for a town center, or he could sell wood and go for an age up. And I think at the moment, it's probably going to be that fast age up that he's looking for. We'll see exactly how he decides to play it, though, because he's in a pretty decent position here. He can go into multiple options. Waiting so patiently. This is that classic Rus macro. Okay, it looks like he just sold a bit of food just there. So and selling food. No, he hasn't sold food again. He's just queued up a couple villages. But yes. Yes. He is now going to be moving towards the north side. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. But it doesn't look like he's going to be... What is he doing with all this wood, though? That is my question. Does he think he's playing Mongols right now? What is he going to do with all this wood? Is he saving up for a house? Going to be dropping down that age up. Abbey of the Trinity going to be going down any second. There it is. Abbey of the Trinity. We'll take a look over at his opponent's base, and his opponent walling in probably a spot that he didn't necessarily... Oh, you know what? I'll take it back. I'll take it back. Oh. I think... Do you reckon... Do you guys reckon you can get through there? I got a feeling you can get through there. Oh, are we going to see some spicy memes today? Potentially. We could see some spicy memes running through there, but we'll see. French player now sort of taking on the role of the defensive player, and typically in these matchups, you will see that the French player does have the... looks like he only picked up 1 of those, so that means that that Probe has managed to pick up 2 of the last 3, so managed to pick up 4 out of 7 for 1 of those hunts, so not bad considering he didn't invest a lot of resources into scouts. If we do a quick stock take on military numbers right now, so there are 4 scouts out, 7 scouts in total. So a significant amount of scouts. So keep in mind that is 3 or 60 times 6. So he's invested 360 food into that. And at the same time, he's managed to steal away, I guess, a net equivalent of about 6 carcasses. So it's not terrible. It's a pretty decent investment. And we do indeed see that you could get through there. We've got a single scout that comes up here trying its best to block this wall off. And now Scout's going to be coming in and forcing him back. Not going to be having any of that. And I don't think... he mustn't realize that he can wall this off right here and wall that off. He mustn't realize. Surely he realizes. Probe realizes at this point. He's like, he is completely fine. He just, one wall segment here, Probe, one wall segment here, you're fine, brother. I don't know what you're doing up here with this one, but yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous. Probe now going to be walling off around over on the west side of his base as well, and really just going to wall city at this point. Now going to be bringing out those warrior monks. You see they are reduced down in price as well. Keep in mind, Abbey of the Trinity brings down the cost of warrior monks to 50%. So very, very nice buffs up there. And we'll take a look now over at his opponent's base. And we've got walls just getting dropped down everywhere. Look at this aggressive wall here. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's actually looking to secure more of the map. I still think he could have probably walled that one off, but there is an opening here. Does Probe not realize that there is an opening? You could put a gate up there. Kento now reaching the 3rd age as well, going up with the guild hall. No surprises there. Going to keep it on food for now, it looks like, unless he can change that one over. It sounds like scouts calling out down here that are going to get this final kill and manage to tab that guy away. So he's not feeling too good about himself. But now back towards Probe's base. I want to see exactly what he's up to. Going for the classic horse archer play. Now, this is something that is more and more becoming very, very potent. So you see already out now 6 horse archers, and they are going to begin to mass. All these scouts getting chased down all over the map. They're trying their best, but this is a very hilly version of Altai. Is this the wildest version of Altai I've ever seen? I would probably say so. It is pretty darn crazy. We hear those relics getting picked up. First relic now going to be coming back for our protagonist here, Probe. We'll check in on Kanto and see exactly what he is up to as well. Going to be dropping down a stone mine, or a mining camp on the stone. So looking to transition out of his one-base play. Now, I will just say this is a very admirable one-base play. He is taking his one-base play very seriously. Walls absolutely everywhere. You can see he's walled in the entire map at this point. But now Scout's going to be going down to these horse archers. And don't these horse archers, I love these units. These are really one of my favorite units in the game. I absolutely love them. If I was going to make a civilization and I got to choose my unique unit, I would probably choose the horse archer. One of the things to note, the horse archer is actually a unique unit. It doesn't have that tag for whatever reason if you check the stable or check the archery range. So you can see that the unique unit is there on the Streltsy, but for whatever reason, it's not in the Rus. So some civilization had that in the past, and then it was taken off them. I don't know which civilization it was, but the horse archer is only available to the Rus, one of the strongest units in the game. Now, keep in mind, that is different from the cavalry archer. It's different from the camel archer. Those units are different. So, important to remember that. Now we've got this warrior monk continuing to move out over the map. He's still got plenty of scouts out here and sort of tailing along as he does it. Going to be heading... Why doesn't he just take the... Why doesn't he just go take it? Just go take the relic. Does he think there's like a bait or something coming? What's he doing? I'm confused. There's no way you can stop him from... He just picks it up. He could literally pick it up and walla low. You just walla low, and he's got to run away. Units coming out now. Looks like horsemen are going to be coming out. What the heck? Horsemen? In this meta? Horsemen are actually going to be pretty decent. So horsemen are good in this situation. Apologies there for keeping you guys in the dark. Horsemen are really good in this situation because he is going cav archers. So already got the +2, or horse archers rather, I should say. And so the horse archers are going to get countered very effectively by that. They've got low armor and high damage, but the thing to note is these guys have got a bonus against range, so they're going to be coming in. Look at how much damage. They basically just one-shot those units. You see just how much damage is coming off onto them, and that is an incredible amount of damage, but still, there's so many horse archers in here that he's able to one-shot the veteran horsemen. So it really begs the question, is it worth going this in these numbers? I feel like it's so tough. I feel like the only real counter to this is Springalds or Mangonels. Horse archers are so difficult to deal with. Obviously, you can go archers yourself, but if you're on the same economy as your enemy, I feel like the horse archers are just going to be so much better. Siege Workshop now going to go down for Kento. This is the correct play. Imagine if he got a single trebuchet and put it up here. Yeah, it's not that good. It looks good. It'd be like very Lord of the Rings-esque. Look at him as he stands up there on the hill. I am one with the ring. Like... Look at that, man. Villager going to go down now. Horseman coming down, and he's going to be able to kite back all day. And he's going to be super duper happy. So look at all the horsemen that are out here now, and Kento really doing his best to try and catch his enemy out of position. He's going to be coming around through the gap. We see those horse archers, and you hear in the background that sacred sites are being taken. Horse archers, a couple of them getting caught out there, so not too good for him. Going to be able to start doing some decent damage here, and you've got to ask the question, would have it been better to go, instead of going for the guild hall, potentially looking at a play towards the Royal Institute, and then from there, looking at getting the Royal Bloodline technology? That is probably one of the ways that you could have dealt with this, but look at the way he's chasing it here. No real splits coming in yet from Probe. He hasn't thought about splitting him up too much at this point, and he's going to continue going back towards his base, not really losing too much of his mass, and now that his opponent has sort of fallen off, he's just able to turn around and focus down this knight. And you can see just how effective this is. It's absolutely insanity how strong these units are. Now, going to be capturing sacred sites on both sides of the map. The one sacred site in the middle of the map does remain. We do have those Springalds finally going to be coming out now for Kento, which is probably the correct play, but I feel like it might be a little bit too late at this point because his opponent Probe has just completely whittled down this army. And it really begs the question, I mean, the score lead is barely existent at this point, but I would be incredibly demoralized right now if I'm Kento. My opponent just continuing to micro all day. And speaking of demoralized, he literally demoralized his opponent so much he threw in the towel. He had too much. He was just like, you know what? It's just too much. Fellas, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you check out Probe. I'm going to leave a link in the description as well as the pinned comment to Probe's Twitch. He's on here all the time. He's a fellow Australian. Make sure you check him out. He's absolutely awesome. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.